What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, man?
We're back, man.
Welcome
Episode 2.
back to episode 2 now of the Jack and Jarrett show, which we have a name now.
Yeah, it's called Nobody Asked.
Yeah.
Period.
Nobody asked. Feet, Jack and Jarrett. So,
Yeah, we got a little logo and everything. It's looking
Yeah.
good. First logo.
I mean, because that's kind of what this is. We're talking about things and we're giving our opinions on things that no one asked.
Yeah.
No one really asked for this, but we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Who doesn't
Deal
have a
with it.
podcast now? Like, if anything, we're late to the party.
yeah, something like that. I said I feel like everyone wants to start a podcast at some point. Like everyone our age, or maybe even a little bit older.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has at some point like been to themselves, we can start a podcast.
Yeah.
You know.
I literally said this like a month ago, and now we're doing it.
Yeah.
So.
So, hey, it's fun,
Heck yeah, dude.
So, I guess we left off last episode talking about what music we were gonna listen to.
Yeah, 2 albums. You
2
gave me Dawn
albums.
FM. I gave you American Heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll start with you. What'd you think?
Well, I didn't listen to the whole thing.
I didn't listen to all yours either.
Yeah, so we're already off to a good start. It was 2 hours long and 34 songs, which I guess it's a double album. I don't think he typically
Yeah,
does
I
that.
had no idea it was that long.
But like what I kind of just did was I just kind of put it on in the background. I was listening to it, and I've listened to some Zach Bryan before, and I
so-
like him.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
And I liked it. Like it has a cool flavor to it. It's definitely like it's not a sound that I usually listen to. So
Yeah.
I'm not used to like that sound isn't like second nature to me. I
Yeah.
guess since it's like that kind of country sound.
Something different.
But I like it. I do like it, and I like
Yeah.
because my brother loves Zach Bryan, and
Mhm.
he was actually telling me about him a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
When he first discovered him. And I guess he's making like a really big wave right now in country music
Yeah.
scene. Because he's taking it back to its roots.
Yeah.
Which I can kind of hear that, like, and I don't listen to country usually because I cannot stand like modern country music.
Yeah, it's all just
It just doesn't even sound good.
no.
you
It
know?
don't.
But I like this. I do like it a lot, and I like it's even though it's going back to its roots, it's like at the same time it sounds like there's an extra layer of smartness to it. Like
Yeah.
like the writing is intelligent. Like he's writing meaningful things,
Yeah.
and I liked it for sure.
What I like about it is it's similar to Springsteen's writing. We agree on like they're each song's a story, and like it's linear. So like when I listen to Bruce songs, that's what I think. When I listen to Zach Bryan, like I picture this whole song from beginning to end. And like Whiskey Fever, it's about this guy just like acting up, and he even has parts about like him going to war and he misses the Broadway girls, stuff like that. Like there's a beginning and end to every song, and like I love it because it's in depth, like, and
Yeah.
it's good writing. He even says it in one of his songs, like, this is good writing. It's if it is.
Yeah, and it's really cool. There are a couple artists I can think of off the top of my head who they are writers.
Yeah.
Like, and they tell stories,
Yeah.
and like you mentioned, Springsteen and Zach Bryan, and another one that I really love. His name's Andy Schaaf. He's a singer songwriter. Actually, like I think he's a multi instrumentalist as well. But he makes really great stuff.
Yeah.
But like they just tell stories,
Yeah.
and I think that's really cool.
And it's crazy in Nashville, especially. There are people who are just writers. They don't go out and play. They write songs for people. Like some of Garth's songs are written by studio writers, and they make so much money. If you got the right gig, like you get royalties like in the mail weekly.
I mean, that's Taylor Swift, right? That's what she did.
Really?
Yeah, Taylor Swift writes all of her own stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was talking about, my example was Garth.
Garth. Okay.
Yeah, one of his songs, I can't remember the writer's name, but one of his most famous songs is written by a writer. He didn't even make it. Like,
Well, yeah, and that's like, I think that's what I mean is like Taylor Swift. She knows that, like she
Yeah.
knows that the writers get royalties, and
Yeah.
so she has gone out of her way to write every single one of her own songs.
Yeah.
And so she's rich.
Yeah.
Like I mean, she would have been rich anyway, but
Yeah.
she's extra rich now.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that's definitely the smart thing to do. So,
Yeah, man. And I listened to Dawn FM. That was my album I was assigned.
yeah, what'd you think?
And normally I don't listen to stuff like that. Not that I didn't like it. I just don't listen to it. But this one, like we were talking about it, it felt very like not out there, but just in its own thing. It felt like Blade Runner. Like it had Tron vibes. It had like cyberpunk. Just like and it was
Yeah.
sick. It felt like I could be in a different mental state listening to
Sure.
that.
So describe the sound. Like, how would you
Like,
say?
There was like electronic and it was like synth and there was like good high quality reverb. Like it was just I don't know how to. It was like not like a space type vibe, but it was just like a futuristic, like club type sound.
Sure.
Like, and I dug it. My favorite one was what was the name of it, Jack?
How Do I Make You Love Me?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the one. I was gonna
that's a
look it
fun
up,
one.
but yeah, that's it.
I like that one. It's not one of my like top favorites. We played it a little while ago,
Yeah.
and when I heard it again, I think I kind of like listened to it a little bit closer, and it's a cool song, and I like it a lot. Sacrifice is still
That one's
hard,
good.
dude.
That bass line alone is
That
just
song fucks.
insane.
That
Yeah,
that song is so good, dude.
it is awesome, man.
There's a couple others that I like. Best Friends and what's the one that comes after that? The next song that comes after Best Friends is also really good. But yeah, it's a great album. I haven't heard all the Weeknd's albums, but that
Yeah.
one I listened
Yeah.
to and I like it a lot.
I liked it.
Definitely a concept album.
Yeah, it was. I'd say it was his own thing. It was pretty good. I liked
Yeah.
it.
So very cool.
Heck yeah, dude.
Do we have albums that we want to recommend to each other for this upcoming week, or do we want to sit on that and think about it as the podcast goes
We can do it
on?
at the end of the episode, like we did last time.
Okay.
So we can think it over while we're talking.
Sure.
But yeah,
So I know something big happened to you this past week, or
yeah.
you wanna go over
Look
that?
what came in. In the last episode, I said they're gonna be changing. I got this new Jason Isbell signature model by Fender. There's no strings on it right now because I got new ones coming in. Today I'm gonna put on. I didn't like the ones that came on it, but it's essentially a road worn signature model by him, and he's like an Americana country artist. And I love this thing, man. It feels so good. The neck
Pretty
is
sick,
awesome.
dude.
I just put some fretboard conditioner on it. It's sick. I'm gonna be playing the hell out
You
of it.
wash your guitars? Is that part of the process?
No, you can
Put some shampoo
you can
conditioner on
polish
it?
and like wax them and stuff like that.
But
But
you don't ever just take your guitar and stick it in the shower. And
yeah,
clean
just
it off?
I take it in there with me. You know the imaginary fights
Shampoo
we
it.
all have. This is my weapon. So, but heck yeah, dude, I love it.
You have imaginary fights in the shower?
Oh yeah, arguments. I win all my arguments in the shower.
Oh, that's great.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, I think the big thing we're gonna start talking about today is that Spider-Man 2 gameplay reveal.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, we're both Spider-Man fans.
insane.
And Spider-Man 2, well, Sony had their PlayStation showcase
Yeah.
on Wednesday. And I know a lot of people were looking forward to that. I did watch it. Overall, it was okay. Today, we're just going to talk about the Spider-Man. And the Spider-Man 2 reveal was really cool. It was, I think, 12 minutes or so and
Yeah.
change. And it was how they wrapped the show. And there's still no release date, which is kind of strange.
It said fall 2023, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's nice, but
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'll come out this year.
Yeah.
I mean, Insomniac are some of the best developers,
Yeah.
like the best AAA developers out, like working right now.
oh yeah, for sure.
mean, and what's crazy is think about this. They did Miles Morales, which is a great game. They did okay, no, let me take a step back. So 2018, we get Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 years later, we get Miles Morales, which I loved. I really liked that game quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think it was the next year. I think it was 2021. We got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which is another Insomniac series. They do Ratchet and Clank. And then 2 years later, Spider-Man 2, and then we get Wolverine, I think next year?
Yeah,
Could be 2025 maybe?
I wouldn't be surprised. I know they had that little cinematic trailer a while ago.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be M-rated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
That's like a dream game for me.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
But it's like they're giving us 5 games in 6 years.
Yeah.
Which is insane. I mean, and they're all like their games are all so polished. There's never any issues like on release or anything. Like their games are always just
Like,
flawless.
and I'm okay with them taking their time with Spider-Man 2 because you know how we were so hyped for Fallen Order and then the performance was dog shit. Like, I'm okay with them taking their time with this because I know
for
it's gonna
sure.
be good.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
they knocked Spider-Man 1 out of the park.
And this is definitely a game that I'm gonna pre-order because
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
like
same.
I know I
Same.
don't have to worry. Like
Yeah.
I can rest easy knowing like I'm gonna pre-order the game. It's gonna show up, and it's gonna run perfectly.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have a good time.
They're
you
they're the Toyota of the game developers.
Yeah.
They
So-
don't break down.
Before we get into Spider-Man 2, do we want to talk at all about the first 2 games and kind of our
Oh, yeah.
our brief thoughts and where like, what we want to see maybe improved on or carried over into Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah.
Because you actually played Spider-Man 2018 before I did, because I didn't get into it when it first released.
That's right. Yeah, I bought my friend's PS4 for like $100, literally just for that game, and it was so. I love Spider-Man 1. The story is amazing. I have too many hours of Spider-Man Remastered on PC.
Well, you have like 120 hours on PC, and then you probably have, a bunch of PS4 hours too.
Oh yeah, and I have multiple playthroughs on. Like, I love this story. Like, he's probably my favorite. Like, one of my favorite variations of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Ever.
He's great.
And the voice actor.
They just
is
nailed
great.
it.
They did.
They nailed everything about Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and I really do love.
Yeah.
I think Yuri Lowenthal.
Yes,
does
that's
the
his
voice.
name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Awesome.
I'm still mad that they changed his face.
Yeah,
Dude, I cannot believe that.
I love
still not
everything
over
about
that.
that game except that decision, because that Peter Parker variant looked perfect for the voice.
Yeah.
Like-
so what happened is in the original release for PS4,
Mhm.
I believe they used Yuri's face. Like in the mocap, I think they used his own face, right? Or was
I
it
know
someone else's
I know they
face?
do that either way, but I think they designed that. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the answer to
Well, regardless, the face that we got in the first release of Spider-Man
Yeah.
for PS4 was a much older, more mature looking
that.
Spider-Man.
It was 8 years in. Yeah.
8 years in, and we don't see Uncle Ben die. He's an established figure in the city, and
Mhm.
and we jump right in with a more mature, experienced Spider-Man, and that was one of the reasons that I loved the first game so, and still do.
Oh, yeah.
And then what we get now with Spider-Man Remastered is this 12-year-old looking, Tom Holland ripoff.
Yeah.
Face,
I think that was around the time of was it No Way Home, Far From Home? They did that in between. Is when they
Well,
did
Spider-Man
the change.
Remastered came out same day as Miles Morales, and that was November of 2020.
Okay.
So that would have been about a year or so before No Way Home. But Tom Holland was, of course, already really big.
Yeah, and I wish they would have kept that player model, because it was. And there's mods where you can keep it, but it obviously doesn't line up. But it was perfect. Like, I watched the scene when Aunt May dies at the end, back of both of them like next to each other, and just the emotion of the OG Pete just looked way better. Like,
Yeah.
I don't connect with this new one.
I agree. Well, he just looks too young. He
Yeah.
looks like a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
But I can get past that. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the time you're wearing the mask anyway.
Yeah, so it's not a huge
That's
deal.
definitely, I would say, a negative change that we've
Yeah.
gotten since the first game. But look, the reality is it's here to stay, and we just got to get over it and accept
Yeah.
it. But I'm actually replaying first Spider-Man right now. I have never actually played through the entire game. I
my
know
God.
the ending. I
Yeah.
know what happens. But what happened for me the first time around is I just got kind of bored.
Really?
Because it's a really big open world game.
I
and there's
love
a lot
every
of,
second of that game. Man.
well, so here's my problem is, I try and do everything in games. I try and get all the
Yeah.
collectibles and everything. And I think I just got burned out really quick
Mhm.
of doing all the side content. And then I was just like, oh, I need a break.
And then you don't go
And
back
then I
to
just
it.
didn't finish it. I got
Yeah.
pretty close to the end. But I'm over halfway through now. I think I'm like 57% done with the main story.
What part you at?
Oh, what am I on right now? The explosion happened in this at City Hall, and I think right now I'm still in Act 2, and I think right now I'm trying to find Martin Lee, and I just
Yeah.
I just found out about Devil's Breath,
Gotcha.
so
Gotcha.
that's about where I'm at right
Gotcha.
now. Doc Ock is still on Team Good right now. He's still
Yeah.
a good guy.
Not for long.
Not for long. Yeah, unfortunately.
They nailed him too.
Yeah, he's great. I love how he's always wearing a green sweater. Like he's always
Yeah,
he's always wearing
yeah.
green clothes.
Yep.
It's like a subtle little
Yep.
nod to his costume.
It's awesome.
But yeah, they nailed a lot of stuff in the first Spider-Man game, and I've got to mention the Spider-Man theme.
Oh,
for
it's
that game.
amazing.
Oh, it might be my favorite one. It really
It
might be
real-
my favorite one.
They got every like. Also, I probably said like about 300 times in the last episode when I was editing it.
We went back and we were looking at the recording for the first episode, and
Yeah.
he says like too much.
Way too much.
I kept saying I think.
Or-
It's like, okay, I just gotta say what I think and not say that I think before I say what I think.
What
you
do,
know?
what do you say?
The big thing is.
Yeah, the big thing is, or like this.
The big thing is. Like, yeah, I don't know why I say that so much, but I learned a couple things that I say too much. Maybe it's because I'm in front of the camera and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm saying stuff I don't normally say, or maybe I do say that a lot. I don't know.
It's in that Jack Johnson blood, man.
I guess so. I guess so. They found me out. But yeah, the Spider-Man theme is just so good, bro. It's just so good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And because I was on Spotify, I was listening to both of them. I was listening to PS4 theme, and I was listening to the Maguire theme,
Mm-hmm.
like the ones with like the violins in the beginning. It's like
Yeah.
so good. And then you have like the drums, like the bada 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 bada.
Yeah.
Bada. Just that theme's really good. I don't really remember any of the other Spider-Man themes other than Maguire's and PS4.
Oh,
None the
one
other
of my
ones.
favorites is in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know that movie is like not great, but when
That
Andrew
movie's ridiculous.
when Andrew Garfield, you gotta admit that intro.
No, the intro's cool.
Oh my
Whenever I
gosh.
think of that movie, I think of Jamie Foxx, Electro,
Oh,
and he goes, "It's my birthday, and you're gonna light my candles." I'm like, what were they thinking?
Oh
man?
my god.
I can't believe the writing in that movie.
Oh no.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The one I think
Andrew
it was,
Garfield got effed on that movie.
I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 2 where we saw the scene where it's a little boy with the science project.
Yes.
and, like the kid, he's
That
getting
scene's
bullied.
amazing.
I love that scene.
I love
that
it
is
so
a
much.
Spider-Man scene.
Like,
They really get
he's
that
like, "You
character
made
there."
this? What?"
Yeah. He walks him home. He's like, "You're awesome, bud." And like they just walk home. I'm like, "Yes, dude. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man." That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I love it.
Heck yeah, man.
But yeah, I think we both love the first Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
It possibly could be my favorite game of all time.
That's a high praise right there. for sure.
Possibly, I don't know. Cause like I like story games. Like I know there's a shit ton of games that out there,
Yeah.
but I don't play a ton of them. But so far, it's probably one of my favorites. Like it's up there.
It's just an all-around, just well done. I mean,
Yeah.
they nailed a lot of things. I mean, I play a lot of big AAA single-player
Yeah.
games, and I lean more towards linear style game design.
Mm-hmm.
The open world stuff doesn't always appeal to me, but I think the city, like the gameplay is just so fun. I mean, like just swinging around all the
Yeah.
time, like never, like you could be 40 hours into a playthrough.
They
and it's
nailed
just
the
never
web
gets boring.
slinging in this.
Yeah,
This
and
game.
and the story is just so good. The combat is just super fun. Dude, I got 140 combo the other day, and because what's funny is I was like, oh, there's that trophy for a 100 hit combo. Like, I don't know if I can get this on the normal difficulty. I might have to be a little bitch and go back and go to story mode and then hit up one of the Wilson Fisk towers and
Yeah.
go get that achievement. But I was just doing a random. It was I think a random Fisk tower just normally. It might have been a demon one. I don't remember. And I was like, oh, I hit 100. I was like, oh my god, I just did it. I kept going and going. I remember I saw 133. I kept racking it up, and then some dude hit me with like a missile or something. I was so pissed. I was like, oh,
You're like, ah,
dude, what if I had like gotten like 200 or something? But that is by far the biggest combo I've ever gotten.
I don't really pay attention to the combos when I'm doing it. I just
You're just like, dude, you in that zone?
I'm
It's
in.
like, hey man, hey,
Dude.
you in that?
The city needs me.
Yeah. Listen, the city needs me. Combos are not important right now. Okay, what's important is being Spider-Man. But anyway, and then Miles Morales came out.
Yeah.
Which I love that game.
I've played it once.
I haven't played it since.
I
since it
started my
came out.
second playthrough on it. I haven't finished it yet.
I have like 35 hours in that game, and I binged it when it came out. Like,
Yeah.
I finished it in a couple days, and then I went back and I did like the new game plus
Mm-hmm.
on. I think it was ultimate difficulty. I could be wrong, but at that point, ultimate difficulty is just easy because
Mhm.
you've already beaten the game once, and you have literally everything. Your health bar is maxed out, and you already know the game. Like you've already played through it once. Like the combat feels like second nature to you and everything. So I think I'll try. I'm gonna do the same thing for a Spider-Man game. I'll go back
Mhm.
and I'll do ultimate difficulty. Hopefully it's not too hard. We'll see.
Heck yeah.
Fingers crossed. But Miles Morales is a game that I like a lot for a couple reasons. I really like. I think Miles is more fun to play.
Oh, like gameplay-wise?
Yeah, I do. What do you think?
Honestly, it's been so long since I've played the game. I don't remember. Because I know they were built off the same thing. Like that's why they came out with it, and they could make a whole Miles story about it. And it
Mhm.
wasn't as big as Spider-Man 1, but I mean, I like playing in his power. I like his electro power.
Well, yeah, because that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is there's a whole new level of things you can do now with Miles, because you like stealth is cooler now because you
Mhm.
can go invisible, and then combat in general is just more fun because you have the electricity. And I just thought it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I like that it was smaller scale. And maybe it's because I just open world games I get bored of, and I didn't even finish the first Spider-Man game. Even though I got pretty close.
Yeah.
But the smaller scale factor made it more enjoyable for me, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It at first, like, I wasn't the like I like Miles, but like Peter's like I love Spider-Man so much. He's just my guy. Like, but at first I was like, yeah, Miles is cool. But then when this game came out, I was like, I'll play it, and it made me enjoy his character a lot more. I like the story of Miles Morales. It's a good story.
Sure.
Seeing him just mature over I don't know how many hours of gameplay it is, but I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a big fan of that game, and I'm looking forward to seeing both Spider-Man in action and
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. And that's kind of cool. It's like Spider-Man 2, two Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
back to back kind of thing. So, but let's talk about that reveal trailer.
Yeah.
It looks pretty
Crazy.
good.
Crazy.
It's pretty good. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about it?
Dude, when Pete bust out of those freaking like underground doors, when Craven's goons come up,
Hmm.
it was insane. Like, they just show you the Venom suit right off the bat, and he's just going ham on these guys. It is awesome. Yeah, they show us 10 minutes of gameplay. This is awesome.
Hmm.
And I love hearing his voice like get darker as he's fighting, because he's like angry. He's not Pete. He's like the Venom is taking him over, and the symbiote. Sorry, but it's just yeah. And the Yuri nailed the voice acting with this one. He even did research on like not psychotic people, but like like psychosis,
Not
like
psychotic people.
traits and stuff like that for the voice acting, which is cool. I like when they do their work and you hear it. Like, so it was awesome. And seeing Miles, he's just like, that's not Pete, man. Like, and he's just being he's being like more violent, and Miles, like, he just notices it and it's like, that's not him.
Yeah. I think everything we saw from the gameplay reveal was very early on.
Oh yeah,
Because
for sure.
Miles had not seen Peter with the symbiote suit on yet.
Yeah.
And it was like there was that moment when it said switch to Miles,
Mhm.
you know, and it was like to me as a player, that feels like a moment where it's like, oh, I get to switch to Miles, like kind of like a cool reveal. So I almost wonder if that's the first time you can actually switch back and forth between them. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But
I wouldn't doubt it though.
yeah, I mean, we'll have to just play and see. Another the big thing that I did notice that was definitely different is we have a new map, like a new part of the map to explore.
Yeah, we have like
suburbs.
more suburbs. If you're from New York, it's very like Astoria. That's a place that looks like
Mhm.
that kind of. My sister used to live there. It's still New York, but it's more actual homes and like layered apartments, and that's one of my favorite type of places in New York. I would
Sure.
say. It's just
Well, because I know a big concern with a lot of players is, you know, how much are they changing the map?
yeah,
Because the map was the same in the first Spider-Man and Miles, and it's the same map. It's going to be the same map.
I mean, yeah, it's New
but
York.
I
You
think
can't-
they're going to change some things a little bit. And if we have a whole new playground, you know, to do
Yeah.
stuff in like with the suburbs.
yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool. But does that bother you? Like the idea that it's the same map again? Because I know a lot of players
No.
are like, oh, it's this should have just been a DLC. You know, like it's the same thing. Like it's like the new Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, I don't play Zelda, so that's
well, I know like in that case, players were like kind of upset because it's like the same map in both games.
Mm.
I think it's fine. Like
I'm okay with it because New York's New York, and like if anything, if they just add more interiors and stuff like that, because I know in the last game you can go in the demon layers and stuff like that. But if they would just add interiors and more things to make active on the map, that would make it more interesting. Because you're not gonna how much more are you gonna change New York? Because you're trying to keep it accurate. So
sure.
like Spider-Man's not just gonna take a train to Jersey, you know.
Yeah, well, I think as long as they find new ways to make the gameplay fun and they switch it. If it's the same side content we get from the first game, I'll be a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
Because doing the same crimes over and over again and collecting backpacks only gets so fun after a while. Although the backpacks are really cool.
Yeah.
Backpacks are fun.
I love those.
It's the big lore part of the game for you.
And I did not do any single of the screwball missions. She just annoyed the fuck out of me. Her voice,
she's really annoying.
and that's what I thought about Miles at first too. His voice was just annoying to me. But then as I got to know his character,
what would you do if it turned out that Screwball was the main villain of Spider-Man 2? What'd you do?
I'd beat the crap out of him.
Oh my god! I'm happy about this because I get to kill him.
Yeah,
now.
they can go with him. Not kill him. Damn.
Well, I mean, you got the Venom suit on, so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe he would.
Never know what
Who
happens.
knows?
Yeah.
But the reveal looks really good.
Yeah.
And his voice acting is it shows.
Yeah.
For sure that this is much more. He's much more violent version of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I'm really curious how much time we'll spend with Peter versus Miles, because this is do you think it's going to be a thing where it's pretty even screen time, or do you think this still needs to be Peter's game because he is the main Spider-Man? What do you think?
I still think it needs to be probably slightly more Peter's game, because I mean, it's a continuation. It's from that big cliffhanger at the end of seeing the symbiote in Harry's container from the first one. I think it's because Spider-Man's story's not done yet, and I don't know if it will be in the second game or not. I hope not, but
no, it's gonna be a trilogy at least.
Oh
right?
yeah, I hope so. And I like playing as Miles, but like I said, Peter's my guy, so I hope it's more of his story, but
yeah,
or at least equal,
So we know we're seeing Kraven, the Hunter.
Yep.
We know we're seeing Venom. We know we're seeing Lizard. Are there any other confirmed villains that we know of in this game?
I wonder if any of the ones from the previous game are going to come back. I would like to see Mysterio.
Yeah.
Because they show in one of the backpacks we were just talking about.
Yeah, part of his helmet.
His helmet, yeah. I think that would be cool.
That'd be pretty
Seeing
cool.
Mysterio or even Doc Ock, just seeing him in a prison cell for a minute.
Yeah.
That would be a really cool emotional scene for Pete, I think.
For sure. Yeah, I'm really curious what other villains we're gonna see, and I'm sure it'll be a trilogy of games.
Yeah. Ooh, Goblin too, because
Goblin. Yeah,
we saw the helmet on his
and that's
desk.
Harry, right?
No, I think it'd still be Norman. I mean, he is older, so I don't know.
Well, but I thought Norman was looking at the tank with.
Oh, with the
Harry,
yeah.
Because remember in the first Spider-Man game, Spider-Man is like, oh man, I wish I could give Harry a call, but he's not answering any of my texts or my calls, and I think it's because, he's being transformed slowly into Green Goblin. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, well, he had the
that.
symbiote on him in the tank, if you remember.
Okay. It's been a minute.
Yeah, so Harry's the one that had the symbiote. Now I think it could be Norman or Harry as the Goblin if they introduce him in this game.
Okay.
But that could be really cool, knowing that he finds out Norman had him in this tank the whole time, and Pete's just imagine him with the Venom suit on versus Goblin. It'd be insane.
It'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, man.
I really wonder. I wonder if the Wolverine game is gonna cross over with Spider-Man.
I think eventually it will. Not in this game, but
yeah. Not in this game. But if you take an M-rated character like Wolverine and then you put him in a teen-rated game like Spider-Man, do you think that's something that would that they could do pretty easily?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's still a game. Even though it's M-rated, it still doesn't feel I mean, that's how I look at it. I think it would be cool seeing their characters interact. Just because they're two completely different types of personalities.
Sure. Very cool.
All right, we're back. So, a little bit more about us. We've been talking about Spider-Man for a while.
Mm-hmm. Talk about games. Let's talk about something that actually matters.
Yeah, something I actually have somewhat knowledge in. Cars.
Yeah.
What are you driving, Jack?
Well, for the people at home who don't know, I drive a 2014 Ford Mustang.
Sick. I remember when you got that, man. I was like, what?
It's been what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
Or has it been 3 years? that I've had that car.
I don't know. It's your car.
Dude, I might have gotten that car 3 years ago, which is
Yeah.
crazy that I've had
I'll
it
put
for
up
that long.
pictures of them as well so I can see.
Yeah, very
But
cool.
we got some good ones.
Yeah, it's white also.
Yeah.
Well,
Never-
right now it's not very white. It's
It's-
more of turning like a brown color
because it's so
it
gross.
needs a car wash, man.
Yeah. You open the
But-
door, it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had it for a couple of years. It's a lot of fun. It's a manual,
Yeah.
and I learned to drive stick on that car, and I'm about ready to not be driving stick.
Yeah.
Uh,
See, they told me at work they were going to show me how to do it, and that was like 3 months ago. So I'm still kind of waiting.
yeah. Well, because I guess you might have to, right? If someone pulls in with a car.
Yeah.
That.
I mean, but also I want to get a project car, Miata.
Yeah. Dude,
so bad.
I've had people try and drive my car at places like that, and they stall it like 5 times.
Yeah.
Like I went to, we have a local car wash here in town, and they like I had to tell them it's a manual. They were like, "Oh shit, okay, we'll go get somebody for you."
They're like, oh,
And I'm just like,
all right.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, what numbskull are they gonna
Yeah,
go? And
you got Big
drive my
Bubba
car?
waddling back like,
Yeah,
boy, I'm
Big
getting a
Bubba.
car.
Well, Big Bubba got in my car, and it was like, I'm just like, I'm just looking through the window.
Dude, the other day, I was moving. So we have these things called PDIs at work, and they're called pre-delivery inspections.
Dude. Something sounds like you might want to go to the hospital.
I know,
Check it
man.
out.
They're called pre-delivery inspections of new cars that come off the truck, and I have to like write up the order for them. And one was a manual, I think, and yeah, because the story I'm about to explain. And someone, one of my friends that works there was in the passenger seat explaining it to me. Because, like, in my head, I know how it works. Like, if I could go buy a Miata right now and, like, I could give me, like, an hour or two. I can figure it out. I mean, that's what you did when you got your car.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much.
And a lot of people do. But I was sitting really far away from it, and I'm 5'7". I got short fucking legs. And when I was pushing the clutch in, I was going to give it a little gas, but I either was like not touching it or it was all the way down. And it went all the way down. I'd do like a burnout in the freaking bay. It was hilarious.
My goodness,
But
dude.
I'll get it, man.
That reminds me of the story of the first time I tried to drive my car.
Dude.
And I hadn't even bought it yet.
Yeah.
Like, I went to the dealership, and my mom was with me because she knew how to drive it. And she
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, I'm going to drive it because, he doesn't know how to yet and, whatever else.
Yeah.
And so we go on a test drive. And we go find somewhere, we park. She gets out, and I get in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And I'm in this parking lot, and I stalled a couple times. I eventually get it moving. And we're kind of out in the country. So I was driving down some back roads, not going too fast. And my mom was like, well, do you like the way it drives? And I'm like, yeah. It drives cool. And she's like, well, you got to decide, is this the car you want? I'm like, it's fun. And I think I'll have a lot of fun when I get it and everything. And so we're like, okay, well, you should probably head back. So I pull in this person's driveway, and it's a gravel driveway. And I'm like,
I remember this.
and I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to like kind of turn the car around, but I'm in neutral now, like I'm stopped, and I have to put it back in first and leave. And I'm looking towards, like, the car is facing towards the road, and it's this old little white house behind me, and the rear end of my car is right in front of the front porch. And so I'm trying to get this thing started. I'm stalling it a couple times, and this lady comes out, and she's like looking. She's just like, huh? What's going on? And I'm like, jump. I'm like, it's in the freaking thing, bro. And
chugging along.
finally, I'm like the gears are revving so loud. It's like, I'm like trying to get this thing started, and like I start shooting gravel like at the fucking front porch, bro. And I'm like the rear end's just going like, just like
It's like,
like shooting gravel at her, and she like. I don't know if I hit her or not with any gravel, but I was definitely I fucked her driveway up, and I was shooting gravel everywhere. And my mom was like, Jack, we gotta go.
Jack, we gotta go.
So we left, and I bought the car. Yeah.
Now you have it.
Now I have it. Even though I'm about to sell it.
Yeah.
So.
Same with my car. Someone's
Yeah.
coming to look at it tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
actually. But yeah, I drive a 2013 Mazda 3 sedan Grandma Mobile, But I
like
put
Grandma Mobile.
well, not anymore. I put some stuff to make it look nice, sound better. Um, it's a fun little daily. I'm wanting to get the new car. I want to get is the 2023 Mazda 3 hatchback, the Turbo Premium Plus. So you can use 89 octane and 93. So on 89 it makes 228 horsepower, and on 93 like premium it makes 250 horsepower.
And is that just gas? Octane?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there, you know how you have regular, mid grade, and premium, lower octane rating, and then higher octane rating. And then it makes for a car that size 320 pound-feet of torque is insane. And I've driven one. I test drove one when I worked back as like a lube tech, and they're fun, man. I can't wait. The cabin is like double insulated on the bottom and in each door. It's got a heads-up display, like 360 camera. Like, it's awesome. They're fun, and it's all-wheel drive too. So,
very cool.
But yeah, I put on some new wheels, tires, did some lowering springs on mine, put a new radio in, put a spoiler, little exhaust on it. Nice little car. Nice little car.
I got some new brakes in my car.
You finally get some?
No, I got them a while ago. That's the only upgrade I really got. I haven't got any fun upgrades like
Yeah.
you. I mean, I don't have any Bluetooth.
Well, my
in
car literally looked like a little smiling turd when I bought it.
Should have kept the hook on that thing,
No.
man.
That
Yeah,
was
he got this little
little red tow hook. Every
hook in
every
the front.
JDM boy gets one, and
dude.
I chucked that.
How long was that thing on there for? A couple days?
Yeah, and I threw it
Dude,
away.
yeah.
I was like, this looks
Oh.
stupid.
That thing was so cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow, maybe in the next car you can get a little hook on it.
I'm next car. I'm actually gonna tint it this time because I forget it's hot as fuck here, especially right now. So I'm gonna tint it, get a catback exhaust, some wider wheels, lower it. That's pretty much it.
Heck yeah, man. You trying to grow your ears out a little bit?
Yeah, man.
Trying to
Am I
get
touching my head a lot?
Some big boy ears. You just keep pulling on your ears.
Dude, I know. I'm gonna
Dude,
fly away.
I've got some elf ears, man.
You guys have big ass
I
ears.
got some crazy, and they're weirdly weirdly thin. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I got some weird ear genetics.
I know. I can see through it, dude.
I know, man. It's like paper thin. Crazy. What else been going on with us?
Well, I checked out that acting school the other day.
Yeah.
My friend Dayton and I went and did an audit, which is like a free. You sit in a class and watch. We met with the acting teacher. She was really cool. We kind of watched a few scenes, and we're now both on the waiting list. So see how long it is.
Yeah. So you're in, it's just a matter of time, kind of thing, or is it?
No,
just, you're still
we're on a
kinda-
waiting list. Like, we're interested. So
Okay, dude, call them every day till they let you in. That's what I would do.
yeah.
Like, hey, remember me? I'm Jarrett. I exist. Hey, let me in.
Well, the thing is it's gonna be easier for me and Dayton to get in because 80% of the applicants are women because they
Oh.
a lot of good
Sign me up.
good looking. Let me tell
I'm
you.
about to join this acting school.
Yeah, dude, come on. But 80% is women, and then like the rest is men. And somewhat like there's a ton of different people. You got editors and they're aspiring directors, and then models, so that might be where most of them come from. I don't know the statistics behind it, but we're gonna be doing like a Sunday class for like entry level script analysis and character breakdown, TV and film.
Cool.
So we're excited.
Very cool. And then on top of the acting classes you get once a week,
Mm-hmm.
I think because I have a friend who also goes to the acting school you're talking about, and she has mentioned that like the biggest thing for her is just being part of the network.
Yeah.
Like she knows all these people, these fellow actors. There's all these like activities and events going on, like workshops, and parties. Like there's just tons of fun stuff going on.
The thing is me and Dayton are kind of reserved people, and acting people are not there very, hey, hello, hey, what's going on? Like, they're just, and it's like, oh my God, like, let me.
Theater kids in high school were the bane of my existence. I mean, look, they're nice people.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes it's like I like rolled out of bed and like threw like dirty clothes on and like went to school and I'm like not awake yet. I got like there's like theater people like skipping down the hall yelling.
Yeah, like
dude,
you got to give me a good amount of time to get settled. Like,
I understand where you're coming from.
like
with
it's
that.
just,
But it would be good for you.
And what Dayton was talking about, he's like, because it's both out of our comfort zones. Like, we're to be performing in front of people when we don't have much experience. But I was like, at least for me, like I care so much about it. I'm not gonna really even worry about the people like watching, because I want to make sure I'm doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, simple as that. And when we're doing that one coming up, I'm gonna have the same principle.
Yeah,
So.
bro. That'd be good.
How's that one coming along?
Which one we
The
talking
Scream.
Yeah, it's good. The script is pretty much written.
Heck yeah.
We're still, I think, iffy on a location. We have a lead on a location. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that one out. But really, what we have everything written up until a chase sequence that takes place, and we can't really write the chase sequence until we have a location.
Yeah.
Because what happens during the chase sequence is dependent on
the location
where we are.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get crazy with it though. Like I want this chase sequence to be a thing where like we're flipping over couches, like this person. No, I'm being serious. Dude, you think I'm joking? I'm being serious. Like this guy like feels cornered. He's like flipping over stuff, and he's like, you know, like
You want me to flip a couch?
yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
Good thing I'm deadlifting, dog.
Yeah, be a good little money shot from Jarrett.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I want people to like.
Can I wear a tank top?
We can talk about it.
Okay, cool.
You are like I don't want to say like your character's stupid, but like you're like
He's definitely a Chad.
you're like a jock Chad type
Okay,
a little bit.
cool.
So maybe tank
Yeah,
top.
that's complete opposite of what I.
Well, that's why you're an actor.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I want to get really crazy with it. I was thinking like it'd be really cool if eventually the chase sequence leaves the house and now we're outside, because typically you don't really go outside
Yeah.
in like a chase or like a Scream chase
Mhm.
sequence. And it's like, imagine if like the chase ends up on the road and like do some crazy stuff with that. I
Yeah.
don't really know from there.
And you sit down in the road
And wait for a car to hit you.
Damn,
And
like a
that's how
dark-
we end it. No, we want to end with like the iconic Scream like,
Yeah.
slash like psh, just in the camera like goes black.
Yeah. Heck
That's
yeah.
I think that's what we're gonna do. But
Cool.
yeah, spoiler alert, you die.
Yep, that's a common theme with everything I act in.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Dude, yeah. I died in what are we end up calling it Welcome Home? The war film that's
Dude, I don't even know. Maybe.
Okay. We made this Vietnam era type film. I end up getting killed, and we did a PSA video in high school. I get killed. In this one, I get killed.
You're like Sean Bean.
Yeah,
Actor,
yeah.
Always gets killed no matter what.
I
he
know.
said. Yeah.
We got to change that up, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it'll work for this story though. I think it'll look
Well, people are supposed to die. in
good. Yeah,
a Scream film.
it's a Scream film. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
So that's definitely coming along. We've got another thing we're working on right now is we have a July project coming up.
Heck yeah.
And so we got a couple concepts kind of floating around. A couple that I had that I really liked. These are concepts that may or may not be used for the July film that we're doing. It's gonna be like a little bit larger in scale than like one of our typical projects. We're trying to work our way up to larger and larger projects. But the first one that I have that I really like, I want to get your opinion on it.
Okay. This is the first time reacting.
Yes, yeah, first time reaction to this concept. So what we have, it's about a young girl,
Okay.
and she starts having these nightmares, and they get worse and worse. And every nightmare it ends with her being killed in some way, but they're very lucid nightmares. Like she's able to look around, she can like see, she notices things, like it feels very real. And so she wakes up from one of these nightmares, and she's watching the news one day, and she realizes that what she's seeing on the news, this person was killed, this person was murdered, and this person was murdered in the exact same way that she was in her nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So what she realizes is her nightmares are not actually nightmares. She's getting these windows into people's murders. And so it is now up to her to stop them before they happen. Because what happens is she gets these murders, she has the nightmares happen 24 hours usually
Yeah.
before the person gets killed. Yeah. And so you have like a dual thing where she has to stop, she wakes up from a terrifying dream. She has to find this person and stop this from happening before it can happen. And she also has to convince the people around her that she's not crazy. So there's like a couple things going on, but it'd be like a thriller. That's something that could easily become a feature project, like very quickly. But I think
that's a common theme. Anytime we do something, it's like it turns into a short film. It's like, oh, let's make it a movie.
Well,
like,
you're supposed to keep things simple for a short film, and then if you're not careful, you can easily let things get a lot bigger than they need to be. That's like a
30 minutes
thing.
can turn into 2.5 hours pretty quickly.
Yeah. So that's a concept that I like a lot. Like the dream thing. I think it's really cool.
It's cool, man.
Another one that I had, Which this is much more simple and
Okay.
is more of a concept than anything else. But so a young girl wakes up, and by the way, I don't know why this is. I'm very drawn towards female protagonists. I don't know why this is.
Okay.
I just always have been. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But so this young girl wakes up and she has a string wrapped around her finger, and there's like another end that kind of goes
Mhm.
far off from where she is. She wakes up in a house she's never been in before. She's by herself. She finds this string wrapped around her finger, and she decides to follow it. And she's like going around the house, like, what's going on? She's scared. She doesn't know what's going on. And that's about all I have, except that there's one thing that I think would be really cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pick up on any of that at all. I was like, she has a string on her finger, like.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, it's wrapped so tight around her finger, it's starting to cut off the circulation a little bit. Like she cannot get this string off, so she has no choice but to follow it and see where it leads. And she's locked inside the house and she can't leave, kind of thing. And so she's following this string. And I thought it'd be cool. Like, imagine if the string is going through like a keyhole in a door that's locked. She can't get it open. And what if the string starts getting pulled? You know what I mean? And like she's trying to like get it off, and like she can't stop it, and like she's like pulling it, and it's like about to rip her finger off of her hand, and like it's like her hand's getting closer and closer to the door, and like this thing is about to like pull her finger in like through the keyhole of the door.
That's
like,
some like
be kind of crazy.
Resident Evil shit. Like,
Yeah, definitely kind of morbid.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just thought it's just kind of
Okay,
interesting.
dude.
Um,
I've honestly been having a concept, like I've been wanting to. I was gonna bring it up to you a while ago. I mean, I always wanted to do like a superhero short film, but actually, I was recently thinking about like I wanted to make a cool short film drama about like I was either thinking like a struggling like musician or like a mechanic or something like that. Make a good drama of just him dealing with life in like.
just a Jarrett biopic.
Oh yeah,
a
for
little
sure.
bit. There you go.
For sure. But and it's just like shit keeps getting stacked and stacked on him, and it's like he almost breaks, but he's like, I just gotta keep going, man. Like
Yeah.
it's almost a biography of the American people. Like it's just getting
I'm
by.
getting some Bruce Springsteen vibes as well.
Dude, yeah, that's a very
Americana.
that's a very blue collar sounding. I think it'd be cool though, and it wouldn't be difficult to shoot. Get a couple actors, few. I mean, you could. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The mechanic one would be easier because you'd have to be in like downtown Nashville and shoot remotely anywhere near
Sure.
music area looking stuff. So, but I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I think there was one more other concept that I was thinking of as well that I want to get your thoughts on. And so, similar in nature to the dream one, but not quite. What you have is you have like a troubled teen, like a young guy, maybe Jarrett.
Sure. You don't get me, Mom.
But he's still living at home, and he's got his parents there, and he's just a troubled teen, and he comes home, he's had a bad day, and his parents talk to him, and basically his mom encourages him to start a journal, like start keeping a journal, because it's writing your thoughts down is a good way to just kind of overcome things and just kind of deal with stuff, I guess. But here's the catch: he sits down and he starts writing in this journal, but he doesn't write about what happened that day. He writes about what he wanted to have happened that day. And then he goes to sleep. And he wakes up and he finds out everything that he wrote down came true. And the previous day was rewritten. And so I just think it'd be a cool way to like imagine like what if there's a bully in his life, or what if there's some conflict happening and he's mad and he's like, kill this person, or something crazy. Like now he wakes up and he's like, dude, I've made a horrible mistake. Like how do I stop this? And now it's just kind of like a thriller.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, just there's a lot of different directions you could take that.
Heck yeah. Bit of a subject change. I kind of just randomly.
Yeah.
Because I've never asked you about it. Speaking of like bullies and stuff, like I guess like since we're out of school now, but in the workplace, have you ever worked with like? Have you ever had like bad work environments?
Bad work environment
with like.
I've worked with a dickhead or two.
Okay.
I mean, there was one person I can think of off the top of my head. Who, like I wouldn't say he was a bully, but he thought he was better than everyone else, and like his behavior reflected that. And like I mean, he said a couple not nice things to me, and he was just kind of a dick. Yeah. But I've never really had an issue with being bullied. I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I noticed is like, it's if there's any bullying, it's online now. Like it's just, I mean, maybe in elementary school there was, but not anymore. And like, ever, because I work, my first job was in a hardware store, and
Mhm.
then my next one was a mechanic. So that's two very, well, the mechanic one's a more blue collar type thing.
Sure.
But you gotta have thick skin for those, and I grew thick skin for both of those jobs. And it's like, now I just check in cars. I'm not a mechanic anymore. But um, that just kind of reminded me of just like some difficult things you gotta get through every day with people. Like, if you don't got thick skin, like,
Well, that's good that you've developed thick skin because
yeah,
that's definitely needed for the film industry.
yeah,
Film industry,
um,
now it's a little bit different for an actor, I think.
yeah.
I know if you're on the below the line for crew side of
Yeah,
things.
that's one rule I really don't like. I get it worked back then, and I know it's
What rule are you talking
the
about?
below the line, above the line rule. Um,
Well, it's not that it's a rule. It's just that it exists.
yeah, it's a
Like,
thing, and it's not with every director. It depends on, it's different every set. But like, there's, I mean, our old film teacher explained us a story about it. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but um, this one guy, this one PA or something like that, he was on film with Tom Hanks. He was like, "Hey, can I get a picture real quick?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah." And they got done talking for a few minutes, and he's like, "Yeah, it was nice knowing you." And he got fired that day for talking to Tom Hanks.
hmm
That's what I don't like. Yeah, I get where, like, there's a time and a place for it, but it's kind of like film sets are changing now, and it's like, you got,
well, yes, I think as a rule, it doesn't really matter.
yeah,
Like most, I mean, look, some celebrities are dickheads.
yeah,
Most of them, I'm sure, dude, like one photo, you're making this dude like a month. You know what I mean? Um, but I think what it is it's like that cannot be the norm.
oh no, it's definitely,
Because these people
yeah,
have to work.
it's meant to get work done.
Yes, and so when you have that happen, like if it becomes a thing where it's considered okay for anyone to just go up to people and like
Yeah,
interact with them, now we're in a situation where it's not okay, because it's just it is unprofessional. Like it is, and again it's interfering with them. Like they're trying to be an actor and they're trying to get in like a
mm-hmm,
state of mind, and like they have like all these PAs showing up trying to get pictures with them. Like
yeah,
that doesn't work.
yeah,
You know.
and like I get it whenever they're working that day. It's just like, you get where I'm coming from, kind of
Now,
like.
is that story? It sounds like a thing where Tom Hanks went out of his way to get that guy fired, right?
No, I just think he was like, he, I
Or
don't,
maybe I mean,
I don't think he went out of, no, he was just like, yeah,
so.
well,
Well,
see ya.
because
he
Tom Hanks said nice knowing you, right? Like that's like the
yeah,
whole thing.
but he
That
was
almost
just like,
sounds
because
like
he knows about it.
threatening.
It's just like, so yeah, like, but he didn't get. It's because the director saw it and he started flipping the fuck out, or like the
Yeah.
producer or something like that. So, I think that's where that came from.
Yeah.
Now I was told that story, so don't quote
No,
me
no,
on
I
that.
know.
So,
I've heard that story too. Well, the atmosphere for film or the landscape is definitely changing.
yeah,
Like I know the big thing on set is you do not sit down ever.
yeah,
You do not ever sit down. You are working. If you don't have something to do, you go find something to do, which is kind of counterintuitive because a lot of the film industry and a lot of being on a film set is you're waiting. You're waiting for the next thing to happen, and you get set up, and then you wait. Except you can't sit. That's against the rules.
the rules. It's just like a. I feel like it's
Like I just think it's dumb. Like why
yeah,
these people are on your set for 12, 14, sometimes even more hours a day.
yeah,
Let them sit down. If nothing's happening, like if it's because the people who are required to stand up for whatever reason, like if their job demands that they have to stand up all day, if it's because they're going to get pissy about it, well, that's their own fault, and they should get a different job
mm-hmm,
that doesn't require them to sit down
yeah,
or stand up all day. Like I think too, like that's just so dumb. Like every industry, it's like I worked retail for a
mm-hmm,
couple of years,
same,
and it was against the rules for cashiers to sit down, and like they're standing in the same spot for literally hours.
why
And
not
you
sit
have
down?
like
Yeah,
you have 87-year-old Tina, who is like trying to make some money because she's old and like she's helpless, and she's working at this retail job and she can't even sit down. It's like, dude,
that's horrible.
give
yeah.
Tina a chair to sit in. You know what I mean?
And I think it's Aldi that's like, Aldi is, everything is self automated there. Cashiers are able to sit down and it's not frowned upon. Like, the customers get everything. Like, when they get pallets in from shipments,
Mm-hmm.
they unwrap it and the customers take it off the pallet. Like, it's all self automated.
I
Like,
really think we should normalize sitting in the workplace. If your job is okay with you sitting.
it depends per job. I agree.
For, like
yeah.
obviously, like, but
Yeah.
it's like if I'm in the grocery department, like
Yeah.
in the grocery, which is what I worked on. I was a stocker, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can't sit down because I'm
No.
moving all day. I'm stocking shelves and I'm loading stuff up, and you know, there's manual labor
Yeah.
involved. But it's like, I'm not gonna get upset that cashiers are sitting down because like their job's just different than mine.
Yeah.
Like they're not like they don't do manual labor. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people just need to get over themselves.
And when I swapped from a tech to it's called a concierge position at the dealership I work at,
Mm.
they still like, I know they're just joking, but it's like, it's
Yeah.
constant. They're like, oh yeah, you enjoy sitting down up here? It's like, yeah, in between appointments, what else you want me to do? Like, so,
Yeah.
because my job is like, there's like 40 appointments a day, and I check all of them in between I wait or like blow off the lanes or like move cars, like, so
Sure.
there's gonna be downtime. So,
Yeah, but you're finding stuff to do
yeah.
during that downtime. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So
But you know, so that's cool for sure.
heck yeah, man. Well, do you want to assign us some albums now?
Yeah. Let's I'm gonna actually grab my phone.
Yeah. Let's do a
I'm
quick
gonna
little
look a
search.
little search here.
Let's see. I gotta find one that you don't know this time, and that's not actually 2.5 hours long. Yeah, we're gonna cut real quick and look for some albums, and then we'll be right back. All right, we're back. By God.
Yep.
What album you got for me?
So we're gonna switch things up. We're gonna go back to rock,
Hell yeah.
and you're gonna listen to the White Album by Weezer.
Okay. I've listened to a little bit of Weezer in my day. I'm not the hugest fan, because I don't listen to them that much, but this might change my mind.
All right. Very cool.
My album for you, my man, Big J on the beat, number
Okay.
2, is Men Amongst Mountains by the Revivalists.
Okay.
And it's considered alternative, but it's got some R&B feel to it, and I love this album. I have it on vinyl over there. You've
Very
probably
cool.
heard some of these songs. Looks like that.
Sweet. I think you played maybe a track or two
Yeah,
from it.
I love this album.
Very
Not
cool,
a
man.
bad song on it.
Sick. Hey, I feel the same way about the White Album. So
Heck yeah.
very, very cool.
Cool.
Well, sweet. We have our little album challenge going.
Sweet. All right, man.
I guess that's gonna wrap it
I
up.
think that's
for,
it. A bit shorter of an episode today.
For Nobody Asked.
Yeah.
Featuring Jack and Jarrett.
That's right.
But
Nobody-
thanks for tuning in.
I like that name. I brought it up to other people, and they were like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
so.
it's funny. It's got a cool ring to it.
Heck
So,
yeah, man.
but yeah, we'll develop some newer segments and things as time goes on.
Yeah,
and kind
Might be some drinking in the future.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But this show will become its own soon.
Yeah.
Like we're getting a feel for it. But
I'm excited, man.
it's gonna be fun.